Oh, that's my bad, Mary, I didn't list on there, yeah, Robert was out sick last month.
Yes, it's absent.
Yeah,
Oh, absent, okay.
he was absent, yeah. So when I cut and paste on that, and I,
Yeah, okay.
piece of it. Sorry about that. And,
You guys are all guilty by association with me.
No.
Yeah, second the motion with that edit. Unless they're already approved, I missed it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I third it. All in favor, yeah.
All right,
Public comment. No. Committee announcements. No, I don't have no announcements. Robert, no? Board announcements?
No wardens.
no wardens.
Anything pressing?
here, I'll catch him big.
All right, well, first thing on the agenda is the aquaculture workshop with the Board of Selectmen update.
You just wanna update everybody where it's at now, Dave, or I can jump in once you.
Yeah, we will be forming a group tomorrow night. I don't know how much talk there will be, I think it's just forming a group, correct?
Yeah, we just be appointing
Yeah.
members.
Yeah,
We've got a list.
yeah. And, yeah,
Like just a working group or?
yeah, yeah. And if I may add, and you know, apologize for, you know, asking for this, but I think it's something that we really need to do, honestly. You know, form an ordinance, our own ordinance. And in the past, I've seen other fisheries that weren't considered in you know, the leasing process, and yeah, that's one of my biggest concerns, so.
But the first time I is, you get the member list, you read it if you want.
Hold up real quick.
But whatever we figure our first scheduled date, we'll lay out an agenda
Yeah,
of what we want to accomplish.
Yep. all right,
And I don't think an apology is necessary. I think the fact that we don't have any input into, you know, what ends up in our waters is,
No.
yeah,
we will
We sent,
outland it.
the select board sent a letter to Kelleher on Friday, asking for help and guidance.
Helping guidance is
Considering how
good.
Harpswell's kind of exploding.
Yeah.
So,
Who is Kelleher, sorry?
the
Oh,
Commissioner of DMR.
okay,
yeah,
thank you.
So we thought we'd reach out, start with there, you know,
yeah, yeah.
before flies with honey.
Well, I just hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from and my concerns.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
That's why we're doing this.
Absolutely.
yeah,
You want the full list, that everyone that's applied?
No, just the ones that I'm gonna appoint tomorrow night.
Samantha Bowen, Darcy Kuchar, Matt Gilly, Jerry Lehman, Jay McCrate, Chris McIntyre, Billy Saxton, and Dave Wilson.
Good back.
That
Thank
does sound David.
yeah,
Placeholders,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Where are those all leases?
No, just members on this.
No, that's the aquaculture work group that the select board is part of. to
Yeah,
Look at all aquaculture issues in town.
Excellent.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks to the select board.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Next on the agenda is the water's classification map.
So I didn't know how much you want to get into this, because I think, ultimately, I think the aquaculture work group is gonna really tackle this, and then bring it back to you guys in Harbor and Waterfront. So this, like I explained, I think I explained this last time. Did I explain this map to you guys last time?
Yeah, yeah,
So this was basically created for the Harbor and Waterfront Committee to work upon, but we've realized now this could be a great tool for a lot of committees.
yeah,
So I think as we go forward, just start thinking, I know there's been a couple meetings privately, not private, but with commercial fishermen,
yeah,
to kind of investigate some of these areas. So just keep those conversations going.
Yep,
So when it comes time to talk about it in the work group and at the committee level, we can start literally drawing it on the map, and then eventually we'll get it digitized in the computer.
yep,
But yeah, just start thinking about different language you want, potentially, the type 1 through type 4 waters,
yeah,
and how to best suit what everyone's looking for.
yeah. And if I may add, I blew up several of these maps with, not this exact one, but blank ones, and the fishermen have had 2 different meetings on both sides of town, and just as many as we could to participate and just highlight pogie, seining, lobstering, dragging, shellfish harvesting, and of course there was many that just wanted to highlight the whole thing, but we got to be realistic about it. Again, this is shared waters, so if we have to base it off, you know, how active this fishery has been within the past 10 years, I think that's more realistic. Things have changed in the past 10 years. People aren't catching lobsters where they used to. But yeah, it's just to, you know, let you guys know that's what we've done with those 2 meetings, just simply highlighting, you know, certain fishing grounds. So,
There didn't seem a lot of concern on the lobstermen I've noticed.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and a lot of the bigger guys, they're all headed offshore nowadays.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe the smaller guys.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the bays aren't that much bigger than they're not catching the water in the bays. Over that way, they tried to, guys, they said there was nothing stopped there or something.
Yeah, yeah,
But Henry Allen stopped, everybody moved down.
yeah.
What caused it?
No, I mean,
Warm water or what?
yeah, I mean, after discussing this stuff, I think, like, yeah, you know, we got identified fishing grounds highlighted, but I think it should be based off the last 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, prior to that, historically, there was buoys everywhere, but like you said, I think with warming waters, things have definitely changed.
Well, we got 2 lobster runs, one faces the western bay and one to the east.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next on the agenda is new business.
I just wanted to maybe, I want to try to put some collection boxes to try to get seed in like Brickyard. But I don't know if Paul will get a permit for us, and me and you make them.
If, I already have a pile made up, 2x4 foot, made out of AZEC board. They won't rot. Both sides are covered. I'm game if you guys want
The way
them.
that guy had them is he had them like, the screen I think was down, and then he had
Yeah,
lobster trap wire, but I'd like to try like some like 2x4 ones, maybe some 2x6 ones, but can you get a permit so we can put some out, like 20 of them?
So I need to know where in Brickyard Cove.
he needs coordinates.
I need coordinates, I need, or at least just drop a pin on a map for me, and
Yeah.
I can get the coordinates.
Just
roughly
outside,
like that,
like, it's gonna be closed anyway, but up inside with the seed laid, on
Yeah.
that ledge, between
but
that
I'm gonna
ledge
lay
and
out
the
like
creek.
5 feet down wide.
We just wanna see, I think they're like seeding right now, I just wanna, then maybe we can try to figure out if they seed like twice a year or 3 times a year.
Yeah,
See it during
And
the,
see
during
and
the
see how many we
closure?
can catch,
Yeah.
too.
During
Yeah.
its closure?
yeah,
Yeah, during exposure. I kinda like to know how often they, I think Cohawks and Cohawk Bay could seed 3 times a year.
yeah,
I think most places maybe once, twice a year, but I think Cohawk Bay might be 3 times a year.
yeah,
Or sometimes they might not do it at all, and maybe try to keep track of the water temperature too as we do it.
How big are the boxes, Dave?
2 foot by 4 foot.
And what do you want to do, 10,
They're
12 of them?
3 inches deep, and there's predator netting on both sides. The reason why they put lobster wire on the bottom is to aid in the mud that settles in it when you try to retrieve them.
He put lobster wire on the top.
Yeah, to keep predation or keep birds from ripping into it. I mean, we can do that as well. We can do an array of styles.
We're looking at 4 wide and 5 down. I need to show a picture of layout of how it looks.
4 feet by 2 feet.
They're-
No, but like boxes, so. 4
How
boxes wide.
they're orientated, I would run them lengthways perpendicular to the ebb and flow in hopes of utilizing that whole space of the box. I think
10.
maybe
10's probably fine.
we could put 5 on the outside of each cove.
In Richie's and Brickyard.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think if
that's
we
fine.
put any more than that, then we're gonna
That's
be,
fine.
it would be an obstruction.
Yeah.
What about down to like the diamonds and stuff, could you put a few out there too?
Yeah,
Well, we wanna check them easy, so just put 5 in Brickyard and 5 in Richie's and we'll try it. As soon as we
Yeah.
can, whenever we
Yeah.
get the permit, we'll put them up.
yeah. I can, I have a written diagram of them. I can
Yeah, that'd be
give
great,
you.
that'd be helpful.
Yep.
And then, so we won't have to buy seed, if we can figure out to get our own seed, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, we've seen a drastic decline in juvenile hard shell in the bay in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I think it might, tell us a little bit more of what's going on. They work well as far as catching seed, and we will have to schedule at least 3 dates to go out and maintain them, just brush them off with a broom, make sure that they're still working.
Oh, yeah, we should check them like every couple of weeks.
Yep. But,
Can we buy seed in town, do we have money? for
Then the
that?
other, that's my next question
Yeah.
about next year.
Oh,
There's
That'd be
reason
next
money
year,
for
yeah.
co-ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want summer before budget season starts. Didn't work last year, but get your numbers together,
yep,
all of that, get it to the budget committee.
yeah.
So,
Can we buy the bigger stuff so we don't have to mess with it? Whatever that be.
So we looked into the bigger spec, the bigger, it was at mass, we weren't allowed to import it in Maine.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which would
We
be
bought-
great if we could do
I
that.
forget, we bought the, bigger seedable stuff for the clam seed in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
We were buying the small stuff and growing it, but it was so much work to grow it, and we just bought the next size up, and it seems like it works better, they're a lot bigger clam.
who knows, if we orientate these boxes out at the extreme low, they're always gonna be fishing. And the seed that they do catch, probably would have ended up out on beyond the extreme low. So I don't see a great loss in our productive areas by putting these boxes out, and these boxes might save us a whole lot of coin if they do collect seed. We can just use that. I mean, we can replace those with new boxes and overwinter them until the following spring. We'll have a jump on it. They'll be bigger than seed that you can buy next spring.
Brunswick found a lot of soft shell spat in their overwintering cages for cohogs in the
Really?
season, yeah.
See, we're kind of copying, remember that guy that came last year, or 2 years ago?
Yeah, the wooden boxes.
Brian
Those wooden
Beals.
boxes, yeah, that's what I'm trying to, that's what kind of what we made it.
Yeah.
Do we have any of those hobo data loggers?
We don't, I think we can probably get our hands on some.
That
Yeah.
might be, because, Robert's talking about water temperature, and if we're gonna be at the extreme low end, it might be nice to kind of log it and see what the trends are.
I had 4 of them out on Chris Green's experimental in whites last year, and did not collect any spat at all of any species.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
just mud. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's crazy too, with all the co-ops that were out, like the ones on the float.
Yeah.
I think that they would
yeah.
produce a lot of spat.
Yeah, we did. We had 2 on the east side, 2 on the west side, on the very outside cuff of that footprint, and they were just,
When they spawn,
they-
which way the wind's blowing or the tide's going. So
Yeah,
they
they-
go either way.
they were locked with mud. There was some tube worms. There was life in there, but there was no shellfish. So, yeah, I mean, it's not everywhere. You remember, right? Brian Beals came to prove us wrong with the brush row study, and it backfired because the collection boxes he put out there didn't catch any spat. It just shows you that it's not everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
that's worth a try.
yeah,
Can't hurt putting brush rows out.
yeah. I can drop off or take a picture of the diagram of those boxes.
Yeah,
and,
picture's fine.
All right. Yeah.
All right, cool. That's it.
Yeah.
And then pools, then maybe we can buy some seed next year.
Yeah. Again, public comment, anyone? No?
Yeah.
Did you have anything, Mary Ann?
Mary Ann?
Quick meeting.
I don't think so. I probably should, but I can't think of. You guys discussed everything at the last meeting when I was doing the minutes about working with FB Environmental to find out what we would want to do if we did had them do a study for us.
Yes,
And I got that information from what you said.
yeah,
So I was just talking to Paul before the meeting, and there is a possibility, there's a new grant coming out the 1st of July,
yeah,
that, once we get that information from FB, would put us in a position to apply for that grant, I think.
all right.
And-
All right, and they're capable of conducting the studies that we might be looking for?
They're doing the one, yes, because they're doing the one for Brunswick,
Yeah,
and I think they're doing, anyhow, yes.
yeah,
They're going to, hopefully for your next meeting next month, they should have to us kind of like a menu of like, okay, if we do this, it's that cost. You can add this on for X amount, this amount, this amount, and the town can kind of pick and choose, and then they'll put together an official quote based off what this committee chooses.
yeah.
And then we can either go look for funding or provide it to the select board.
Do you know by chance if they're doing, like DNA monitoring, like Bowdoin College? They currently, have collection nets, and like DNA, all life DNA sampling
I don't know.
in the water. I was curious about that, so,
I'd like to try it someday, like having our own fish tanks and try to spawn our own co-ops, but I think you'd have to do it early. I think it's too late in the year, you'd have to do it earlier in the spring. Because I think the spawning now, you'd have to do it like in March or April, and just start then.
And if you recall, when we had the,
Like trying to catch our own spawn.
when we did Spruce Cove, FB could provide DNA sampling. That was always an add-on, as I
Yeah.
recall.
yeah,
So we are, if you remember, the committee allocated, or asked the budget committee for $10,000 to do eDNA sampling in Spruce Cove. And so we're waiting for the Bowdoin College intern to start. They're gonna be with us the entire summer.
Good.
And we're gonna make it their project to go out there and, get permission from landowners and see if we can kind of track where this pollution is coming from upstream.
yeah.
Get some of these branches that are coming in and out, and we'll work with, I think it's Jonah Labs out of Colorado, so they'll send us the kits, take the samples throughout the summer, all we do is FedEx it back to them, and then they'll provide us a report.
Yeah, awesome.
That'd be good, because it'll close out that project that nicely.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain High,
Well,
yes.
thank you, Mary Ann.
It'd be nice to know what it was
Yeah.
from, like,
Yeah.
these are what,
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, well, in reference to the DNA sampling Bowdoin College is doing there to identify the multitude of species taken from the water column, that's what they're doing, and monitoring acidification. So, and I'm sure they're doing a pile of other stuff, but
They're doing it every year.
yeah. They're doing it, aren't they? Correct?
There was some discussion about eDNA sampling the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah. All right, well, is that it? Yeah, everyone?
I don't have anything.
Nothing from me?
Well, thank you all. Meeting adjourned.